What's up, guys? LarriWhyte, special guest today, season 2. This will be the season finale. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
My name's Capital Swank.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for having me here. Really excited.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I want to start with this. You've been making music for a long time. What really started that love and the passion? Like, what really kind of got it clicking and got you going and like, damn, I really want to do this for a living?
Oh man. Well, I mean, when I was younger, it really was just seeing like all like, the folks that I looked up to doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like MF Doom, like seeing the way that he rap. I just thought it was fun. Like compared to everybody else, there was a more like serious undertone to everyone else. You know what I mean? But Doom, I don't know, man. His shit was it was just fun. I was like, dang, okay, I didn't even know you could have fun like that doing it. But then obviously, like you got artists like Kanye, then like Lupe.
Yep.
Listening to them growing up, I'm just like, man, I really want to do this because they were nerds. You know what I mean? Especially like Lupe and stuff like that. And it was one of those things that was like, okay, so you don't have to be about the streets all the time, or like,
no, definitely,
you want any of that shit. You can rap about this shit and still be taken serious and whatever. So that's what really made me, when I was younger, that's what really made me want to pursue it, because they made it look fun. But then when I got older, it was just the love of it, honestly.
Facts, yep.
That's it. I just like rhyming.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just fun. It's fun just opening up my pad or on my phone and just coming up with rhymes. So that's really it.
That's awesome. How do you, so when you're writing your rhymes or trying to get that scheme going, what's your mindset like? Like, how do you get everything to flow together? How do you get everything to match, lyric wise? How do you get everything to come together like that?
Sometimes it depends on the beat.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a beat that you hear and it'll make you go a certain way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of times I just pull from, like, depending on the beat, I'll just pull from like life experience, or I'll just come up with a zany story. That'll draw parallels from life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like the beat, when the beat drops, that'll make me come up with okay, this is what I need to talk about. This is how I need to rhyme it, and whatever.
Definitely. So I
for
like
me,
that. Okay.
The beat. You don't always need the beat. Like a lot of times I can just sit there and I could just write, but the beat, oh man, it works wonders.
Yeah. That's awesome. Do you produce and write? Do you produce and write your songs?
No, I don't make beats yet.
Okay.
I'm teaching myself.
Yeah.
And I got folks, that's helping me and stuff like that. But I don't make beats. So shout out to folks that produce beats and shit, because that shit is hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think it's a harder process to do both? I know a lot of artists and a lot of my homies, they do write and produce, but I know it's a learning thing that you kind of got to get yourself in. So do you think that's gonna be a hard process for you to learn? Or do you think you'll be able to, once you get it, you'll be able to adapt easy?
Well, the basics I pretty much got down.
Yeah.
And that's thanks to like everyone that's in my circle. Cause I also feel like the way you understand things is how people explain them sometimes.
Definitely, yeah.
And I'm fortunate to have folks that like explain stuff that makes sense to me in my language. You know what I mean? So the basics I got down, but I feel like mastering is gonna be a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be
because that shit is like, I'm gonna be real. Producers do not get enough credit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How hard that shit is, and I think a lot of them would be like, "Oh, it's not that not that hard." It's probably because they've been doing it for a while. But mastering it is like that's something else. So I think it's gonna take me a whole last minute.
No, I've talked to a couple. Actually, a couple of the previous ones I've done. They went to school for like audio mixing and mastering, and they said it was tough at first. Getting through everything, but it's a dope process. I know I've watched some people, a lot of my homies do it. It's dope.
Yeah, and I love watching the process too, because something I am able to do though is like, I know what I want to hear.
Right.
So I'm able to say, hey, add this and add that, add this, but I want to be able to do it with my own hands.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
So, like, yeah, I respect producers so much, yo.
No, definitely, yeah, definitely.
And especially when you just mentioned like engineers and shit like that.
Yep.
Like,
that shit is
wild, shout out to Skinny Blonde.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the best engineers that I've ever seen. And the way that he does his work is like, it's crazy. It's like watching a wizard do magic. It's wild.
Facts. Yeah, facts. No, it is insane, bro. It is insane. Yeah. So off to the next topic. I know you mentioned you have your own kind of group, the IndieClub that you started in 2020. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that, how that all started, and what kind of got your guys' plans in the future, all the members, stuff like that.
Oh man. So I gotta give a shout out to Brockhampton first.
Okay.
Because I was honestly at that time, I was just sitting on my ass with this. I've always had a dream to have a group.
Yeah.
And I've tried in the past, but shit never worked. But I saw them and I saw I researched their journey and stuff like that. And a lot of them are a lot younger than me.
Right.
And I was just like, why the fuck? Like, why can't I get up off my ass and just go for it and do it?
Right.
So I hit up my one of my best friends, Ash, aka Lord Javon Phantom, and I was just like, bro, I want to start a group. And he was just like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, so from there, like late 2020 was I think it was November 2020. Mm-hmm. I hit him up and we talked about it, got it started, and then I got on a Brockhampton Facebook group.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, anybody want to start a group? Mm-hmm. And people would answer and stuff like that. And I was trying to feel people out and stuff. Right. And at this time, we've released one full album and a mixtape. Members are come and gone. Still in contact with a bunch of them and stuff like that. There's certain people that's doing their own thing. Right. And I'm happy for them. But right now, there's me, Skinny Blonde. He's our main engineer.
Yeah.
Eddie is an artist. Junkman is an artist. Nebula, she's an artist. Dan Noel is an artist. Jess Edwards is an artist.
Bro.
Vass is a producer. Am I missing anybody? It's so deep. We're so deep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're about to release a bunch of singles. We just dropped one called Good Girls.
All right.
And that shit is popping. Shout out to everybody that's doing that right now.
Yeah.
Man, we did not expect people to for it to pop like that, but we're grateful that it is. That's awesome. And we got a lot of music coming out every month. Damn. All the way until mid 2025. So
shout out to you guys, bro. That's what's up. I like that.
Appreciate it. I love that. That's my family.
Definitely, bro. So, with all those people in your group that you mentioned, how big do you think of an impact does that have on you and your career? Having all those connections around you, having the help that you need, how much do you think that helps you improve and just you yourself, music wise or individually?
Oh, I wouldn't be the artist I am right now if it wasn't for them.
Right.
Dead ass. Those are my best friends. Those are my family. You know what I mean? They're all younger siblings to me. And they all do so many different things. Right. We all do. But it's I look at them every time they drop something solo, or every time they send something to the group chat or do some music. I'm constantly inspired by them.
That's awesome.
Every single day.
Yeah.
There was times where I'm just fuck am I doing with this? I got an album that I'm working on. I'm what the fuck am I doing? Right, and if it wasn't for them pushing me,
you wouldn't
exactly. So
that's crazy, bro.
I owe them everything.
That's
truly
awesome. I like that. That's dope. That's dope. No, that's cool. You guys got all those members. I've talked to some people that have a collective and a group, but that's awesome that you guys are so tight knit and a bond. That's great.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And I feel that's how it should be, because
definitely.
And that's why I go back to them. That's why I appreciate Brockhampton so much, because I feel when it comes to being a genreless group, or just groups in general, you don't really see like that tight knit business.
Yeah, right.
That's it. And I was like, that's something that I wanted to avoid. Right, you know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's not just music. You know, people take stuff if there's like, if we going through stuff, if, you know, celebrating life accomplishments and oh man, I fucking hate my job. Like, you know,
right. Yeah, shit like that. Nah, the thing
like,
is, you got to be able to have, you got to be able to have fun and have those connections. Because if you don't, it's gonna make things awkward outside of the business aspect, and you don't need that. So
when you start touring, like, you don't want to like start touring with people, because I be thinking like ahead of time. It's like you don't want to start touring with people, and then like you do your show, and then everybody just go to their separate rooms. Like, no, let's go out. Let's hang out. Let's chill. Let's
have a good time. I mean? Yeah. No, that makes sense, bro. That makes sense. I like that. That's cool that you guys have you're close. That's awesome. So you're from Alabama. Honestly, I wanted to ask you this. I'm not saying this in a mean way, but I feel like Alabama, do you have like football? When you think Alabama football, stuff like that. So is there a lot of people around you that had that made music like that? Or did you kind of have to, I know you moved and everything. Did you have to expand? You know, how did that work down there?
So I'm gonna be real. I left for a reason. And I know a lot of artists are like, you know, rep where you from and stuff like that. Give back to the community and stuff like that, which I agree. But if that community has like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, I didn't have people back at home that supported me.
Definitely.
And stuff. I didn't have none of that. And unfortunately, Alabama is one of those places where I personally know artists who can out rap the shit out of me. Like, I'm like, it's day and night.
Yeah.
But their mindset is, well, I'm from Bama, no one's gonna care.
Right.
And that's why I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get out of there. There's like a lot of artists though who do get past that, and shouts out to them. But it's hard. Like, I was one of those artists where for a really long time, regardless of me how long I've been doing music, I was like, man, I mean, should I like
leave?
Because ain't nobody gonna care because I'm from here.
All right.
But then it's like you can't have that mindset.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like, I got out of there because I realized that I was falling into that.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, yeah, unfortunately, like, I mean, that is home. You know, I do miss certain aspects of home. You know what I mean?
Right. You always will,
It was leaving was the best decision that I made for my music career.
Yeah, definitely. So it definitely elevated you to where you're at now. And if you probably, from what I'm hearing, if you would have stayed there, you probably wouldn't. Unfortunately, it's just probably the case. You probably most likely wouldn't be where you're at today if you wouldn't elevate it and move.
I wouldn't. No, that's a fact. I wouldn't, because again, it's easy to see all of that going around you and all that. Like, man, I can do it, but I won't do it because I'm from Bama. To me, that's so demoralizing.
Yeah,
you know, like, just because you're from this place doesn't mean anything. You can still keep, and if you feel like that, then leave.
Yeah, 100%.
And I just left. Like, I just picked my shit up and went. And it was scary, but like, I outweighed, like, I was like, what's more important, me seeing my dream happen or not?
All right, definitely, yeah.
So I left.
Yeah, 100%. So, you know, when you're staying in San Francisco, right? And the Bay Area. Okay. So when you got there, what was your first thought? Like, obviously new people, new surroundings. Like, what was your first immediate thought? Like, where do I go? What do I do? Or, you know, how did you food? Okay. I feel that. All right.
Being straight up with you.
All right.
It was the food. I was like, when I first got here, dead ass, I was like, man, I can't wait to try all this food that's around here.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a foodie. I am. But at the same time, I was trying to figure out like where I can like go and mingle with other artists and stuff like that. And there used to be some pop-ups that used to happen over here on Larkin. Yeah. And unfortunately, they don't do them anymore. And I would show up to those and like spit whenever I could.
Damn, yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
Just and that was it. So my whole thing was just like, all right, where can I go to spit?
Right.
Where can I go to spit? Where can I go shoot some videos?
Yep.
You know, where can I get some shots? You know, so
100%,
those were my first things. It's like, where can I go to elevate my own artistry?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like that, bro. That's dope. So honestly, I want to ask you this. I stopped asking this question, but I'm kind of curious. How do you think music's helped you, like, mentally? You know, obviously some people listen to music, you know, to get out of a mental state. Like, how do you think it's helped you mentally, just in general, help you?
Extremely. I suffer from mental health issues.
Okay.
And if I didn't have music, man,
I
don't know, man. Bro, there are days where I just don't know. You know what I mean? But
yeah, no, definitely.
I put those in.
Yep.
You know, pop a playlist on or something like that to one of my favorite artists, and
100%.
It helps. Like music really is medicine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh yeah,
it really
definitely.
Is. Like if I didn't have music, I do not know what I would do.
Yeah.
I would be severely depressed. Severely.
Right. Yeah.
So definitely. Music helps me out. I know it sounds cliche, but it saved my life.
Yeah. No. Okay. I respect that. That's awesome. I'm honestly, bro, I'm glad you're still here, for one, because I've talked to this, and I've talked to some people about this, but honestly, in the world that we live in now, like the way they expect men to just kind of keep their feelings inside and not express how they feel, bro. It's just a sad world that we live in. So I'm grateful you're still here on a real note.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Same to you.
Of course. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro, a lot. Because it does get tough. You know, sometimes it
really does.
You want to give up.
Everyone has pressures, but we can only identify for you know.
Yeah, right.
What we identify as.
Yeah. And
so the pressures of being a man in this climate, it's tough. It's extremely tough. And music is just one of those things that makes it less tough.
Yep. Definitely.
Straight up. It makes it less tough. Yeah.
100%, bro. No, that is awesome. I agree wholeheartly, bro. That's great that you use music to help you. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk to you about this. You know, you have songs out, you have fans. What would you want your fans, like, if they asked, they said, okay, give me your opinion on Capital Swank outside of music, what would you want them to say about you as the person, not the artist? If they could get some sort of grasp on, you know, what you're creating or outside of music, what would you want them to say?
Is this outside of music?
Yeah, like, you know, if they, you know, like how he is as a person, not the artist.
I would like for people to think that I'm just chill and a nice guy. Right, you know, I'm Southern, so you know, like
I can tell by your accent. I can tell, I can
tell. My great grandma raised me like as like to be humble all the time, because anything could be taken away just like that.
Yep.
And I don't know. That's really just it. I'm just, you know, I never want to offend anyone or hurt anybody. Yep. I'm so non-confrontational. I'm not confrontational at all.
That's what something we can. Like, I'm the same way.
You talking some shit to me, I'm gonna look at you like you crazy.
Yeah, right.
And I'm just gonna be like, "Are you done?"
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna go about my shit unless I'm tested. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, I would like people to think like I'm just a nice, cool, nice guy, laid back. Definitely. You know, but like, don't test me.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like I still got my ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm the same way, Brett. And the job that I have too, I got to deal with customers on a daily. So it's like they sometimes, bro. Where do you work at?
Man, I ain't gonna disclose that.
Okay,
but where I work is, think of like it's shout out to my coworkers though, yo.
Yeah,
my coworkers are best, but it's essentially like a big ass Target, but just alcohol.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Literally.
All right.
And we got to deal with like customers and like drivers that like are not polite at fucking all.
Yep.
Like all the time, but like I on the real though, I do got a dope boss and I got dope coworkers.
That's awesome.
But I feel you, bro.
Like they test me, bro, all the time. I'm like, bro, why? Like, why? Like, why do you gotta come in here?
Bro. Sometimes I'm like this close of having like Orange Grove come out of me, and I'm just like, Don't let the humbleness fool you, yo.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying.
Please don't.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's what happens a lot in customer service, and even with this artist shit, is that like a lot of folks think just because you're extremely humble, they think that they can like say and do whatever they want and shit like that. And like, for example, I smile a lot and I crack a lot of jokes, but like if you mess with mine or me, then I'm not playing with you no more type shit.
100%.
So I don't know, just PSA, if you come into people's jobs, be nice.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, right.
I would take this bottle out of your hand and put it back. I swear to God.
Yeah, nah, we don't care. Nah, literally.
I don't.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Man.
So we've been in the new year a couple months now. I always ask this, what are some things that you want to improve on? Like it can be within your music, you as a person. What are some things you want to work on and improve? And then in the year, obviously we're in now.
Everything.
Okay.
Because I'm a very flawed human being.
Right.
And I feel like until we take our last breath, we're always going to have self-improvement.
Yep.
So like, I want to improve every aspect of my personal life. I want to be a better brother, a son, a group leader, like everything. I want to be a better artist, and the only artist I'm trying to be better than is myself.
Right.
That's it. I don't care how many people can out rap me or make better music. I'm honestly just trying to make a better verse than my last verse.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. So as cliche as that sounds, but everything. I want to improve everything.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good, I like that. That's a good mindset to have. I agree that, I'm the same way. Like for whatever reason, like honestly, this season, probably this season, the past season I've done of the podcast has probably been my most, like something I've stuck with the most. Cause like before, when I started this, I was just kind of going with it and just doing it. And then I take a break and it was just all over the place, but I got to stick. Like, this is something I've been sticking with. So I'm proud of myself for sticking with it for so long. Cause it was something
because you're really good at it.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Like, you ask like dope questions and not just surface level questions.
Right. I appreciate that.
So I'm glad you're doing it because we need more. Yeah, we need more of this.
That's what I've been trying. I try to get everybody out because there's not a lot of platforms for underground artists. Like honestly, there's a few slim that I've seen, and I'm trying to get everybody. I want everybody to succeed. So I'm trying to get everybody out there because not a lot, especially underground artists, they don't have platforms to put their stuff on. So I'm trying to build that.
Yeah, and I think I speak for all of us that we appreciate that.
Yeah,
we really, because it's fucking hard, especially when you're underground artists and like those fake ass music blogs.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
I see y'all. Fuck y'all, and constantly in our DMs talking about, oh man, I love your music, but they ain't heard on one track.
Yeah, no, I know.
Not even one. And I actually put them on blast.
Yeah.
I know you've been seeing my shit.
No, I'm good. Yeah,
put them on blast, and I do not care. Yeah. Right. I will. So try me if you want to.
Right.
We already it's already hard enough for us as underground artists, and we don't need none of that shit. Nah, so we appreciate real ones like you.
Yeah,
thank you,
definitely, bro. Yeah, of course. Okay, so I got a few more before I wrap this up. This is honestly one of my favorite ones, and I'm grateful we finally got it done, bro, because there were so many things going on, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah. So what's been your biggest motivation in making music? Like, what keeps you going every day to continue to strive to be the greatest? Obviously, yourself.
Mm-hmm. My friends and my family.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing this because I'm just passionate about it. Obviously, like you just said.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm doing this I'm also doing this for everybody in my life, my folks, my family, my group, all of them. Everyone that's in my circle, I'm doing this all for them. Definitely. Yeah. They keep me going every single day.
That's awesome.
And the support that I have from them is it's insane.
Unreal. Yeah, that's crazy.
Unreal. And it wasn't always like that, I'll admit, especially when it comes to family. But I really do think the move is what showed everyone like, oh shit,
he's being for real.
He being for real. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm doing this all for them.
Yeah. You still go down and visit, I'm assuming, every once in a while, or probably when you can.
No, but they come and see me. It's hard trying to like.
No, it's
hard, man.
I know.
Times is hard. You know, them tickets be.
Yeah, they're out fucking outrageous, bro.
They're crazy. And I actually used to work in the travel industry, and like I be trying to do my like, you know, thing, and I'm like, damn, it's still this amount of money. This is wild. So, but like I've seen my folks have like, you know, come back and forth a few times, and like that shit was everything. Cause man, like after me and my like folks became like best friends and shit like that. Yeah. Like you really don't know how much you miss them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like seeing them the few times that I've seen them since I've been gone has been like every fucking thing. So
I was gonna say, how hard was that? You know, obviously I'm sure you had some homesick moments. How hard was that just kind of getting up and going and having to not be able to talk to your parents, you know, in the room, or, you know?
In the beginning it wasn't hard. Because I didn't give a shit. Because in the beginning, like I was saying, like I didn't really have anyone back at home that was taking this serious, you know. Like before my grandma passed, I remember telling her, I was like, I want to pick this back up, because there was a gap where I kind of I stopped for a good 5 years. Right. Like I was still right, but like I didn't take it. Like I wasn't doing what I was doing now for a good 5 to 6 years or something like that. And before she passed, I remember going, like, I really want to do this. And you know, she was the one that always gave me pushback. Right. You know, but she was just like, do it. And that's, you know, ever since then, I was like, all right, bet, because to me, that's the only approval that I needed. Yeah. And so in the beginning, I ain't really care. I was like, okay, bye. Right, but after a lot of healing between me and my family, like it got extremely hard being away from them. Cause I'm like, damn, y'all cool as fuck.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like, damn, y'all cool. Yeah. You know? Right. And like, so now, I get homesick. I miss them. I miss the food. Definitely. You know, I miss the soul food. You know, I miss my mom's cooking, my dad's cooking, my sister's cooking. Damn. Right. I mean, everybody. And I just miss them in general and stuff like that. So I'll be missing. I'll be missing.
I get that. Family's a tight thing, man. I understand that definitely.
Especially when y'all become like this.
Yeah. All right.
Man.
I get it, man. I get it.
Thank God for cell phones and video chats.
Facts. Yeah, literally. Yeah. Cause oh God, I know. I feel that one. Okay. So what I want to ask you this, and we'll wrap it up. What should the LarriWhyte podcast and what should your fans expect from Capital Swank this year? Like, what big plans, big goals? What do you want people to know that you're coming at different this year? What are you dropping? Sneak peeks?
Well, I got an album coming out called The Capital. I'm not gonna give you a release date. I don't know when it's coming out. All right. I don't know. I put pause on it right now because I'm really hyper focused on the IndieClub right now. Okay. Yeah. Like when I tell you, like every month, every 3 weeks,
you're dropping something.
Y'all are getting music from us.
All right.
All the way to mid 2025.
Damn, bro. All right. Okay.
Here's about this shit. It's a takeover. Okay. So look out for like IndieClub singles. Just nothing but bangers left and right. We got another one coming out called How Could I? That's coming out soon. When I mean soon, like a few weeks.
All right.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. And then it's gonna be another one after that and after that. And there's an IndieClub documentary that I've been working on.
Okay. All right.
It's getting there. It's almost finished. It's kind of taking a little back burner right now because of the music side of stuff. We got a merch shop that we just opened up.
Okay.
So we got some merch, IndieClub merch going on.
I'll drop the link for that below.
Appreciate that. And and just look out for more Capital Swank stuff, more IndieClub stuff. You know, we gonna be doing big things.
All right, last one. I always like to ask this: what would be your best advice, like on anybody trying to reach a goal or a dream, like to not give up? Like it doesn't even got to be music, just in general, for them not to give up and keep chasing their goal.
Just try.
Okay.
Just try.
Yeah.
Just try. That's it. Just try. Because like, if you don't try, then what? At least, even if it fails, at least you can say, "Well, I tried."
I gave it my all.
Versus, I didn't do anything at all. Right. Just try. Put the music out. Put the art out. Make that dance video. Upload it. You know, just fucking try. I cannot stress that enough.
All right, I like that.
You can only write like a couple words. Mm-hmm. Just do it anyway.
I like that.
Just try. That's it.
I like
just
that.
Try.
All right. I like that, bro. Well, Capital Swank, it was a pleasure. The stage is yours. You can shout out anybody you want to shout out. Obviously, shout out IndieClub because I just fuck with everything you mentioned. I fuck with what you guys are doing. So I'll shout out them myself. But you know, the stage is yours. If you got any homies you want to shout out, plug anything.
Yeah, I want to shout out the entire IndieClub. Junkman, Entity, Nebula, Dano, Jess Edwards, Vast. Oh yeah, Spec. Yo, shout out to Spec. That's who I forgot. Spec. I'm sorry. It's just it's like 1,000 of it. Right. Shout out to Spec. Shout out to Skinny Blonde. Shout out to Timber. Timber is a producer that I fuck with heavy. Definitely hit him up.
Okay.
He's one of the most humble individuals I've ever met in my life. Yeah. Shout out to Mindset. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
I appreciate that.
And shout out to all the other artists that have been on these episodes and stuff like that. Shout out to music.
There we go, bro. Yeah. Honestly, bro, I appreciate it. This was one of my favorite conversations. And like I mentioned before, you're going to be the season finale. So I appreciate you wrapping this season up with a banger, bro. It was a pleasure. It was an honor. Keep doing your thing, bro. It was an honor being here, man. Of course, bro. I appreciate it. Guys, go check out Capital Swank. Link will be down below. LarriWhyte Podcast, Season 2, baby. This was it. Peace.